Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Jeff has stuffed his face with chicken.
Yeah. Some baked chicken and veggies.
I just realized I should probably check.
Delicious.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, this is... These episodes of LAGCraft are going to be really good looking.
Why is that?
Because I had it set for my recordings to do reviews, which is obviously a much higher bitrate. And so for the local recordings for this LAGCraft, gonna be pretty good. Each file is like 7 gigs. Gonna be
sounds like my files.
Top of the line. Okay. So time to read books, because we're gonna figure out now about the tools, which might be Volume 2. Weaponry. Well, that's weaponry.
Adam, you still got all your old games?
In like, in what way? Like, which ones? I mean, I have a...
Any ones.
Well, I mean, way back in the day, I sold a number of my N64 games. Like, when I say back in the day, I mean, like, before the Xbox came out. I sold a bunch of them. Also, when EB Games were still giving you good money for these games.
Trade those bitches in.
And so, because you'll remember how expensive the Xbox was. So when I was...
remember you spent like $850 on day one.
Yep. So I needed to make up some cash with that. So some of that was trade-in value on a handful of my N64 games, and so they're gone. They're gone. I do have still a bunch of N64 games. Most of them are like the multiplayer ones that I still play with, you know, if the guys come over or something, they want to play GoldenEye or some shit. Like, I'm not going to sell GoldenEye. Like Mario Kart, things like that. I still have Zelda, Ocarina of Time, although I sold my Majora's Mask. Because it was worth a shitload of money. Like, there were some of them that were back then worth so much money that I couldn't possibly not use them as trade-in value. Like, for example, Paper Mario was, Paper Mario was $45 trade-in value?
Wow.
Yeah.
I think Paper Mario is still actually worth quite a bit, even today.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I almost died right there if I have a heart. I'm collecting, I'm gonna go for full Sega Genesis. Obviously collecting Nintendo, Super Nintendo. I'd love to get a Sega Dreamcast. Pretty much just picking up anything and everything. Been going to yard sales and shit. I picked up 10 Wii games for 20 bucks. Just trying to collect as many games as I can. Because you can trade them, like, other people collect other things, right? So if you get your hands on something you don't necessarily want, you can trade it for something that you want. Yeah, I've got Ocarina of Time as well. They usually sell between 30 and 40 bucks. Just the game, the cartridge. If you have the box and manual, it's worth even more.
So the Tinker Tools, do they have like higher durability than regular tools or something?
Yeah, you can. So like you add modifications to them to make them stronger.
Okay.
They're upgradable.
So this tells me it's a pickaxe head, tool rod, and tool binding.
What are you trying to make?
Oh, I'm just taking a peek at the basic tools and stuff. Nether quartz.
What's your favorite N64 game?
Mine? Oh.
Yeah.
Fuck.
All right. We'll go top three. Top three.
Okay.
Makes it
Top 3 N64 games. GoldenEye has to be in there. Not necessarily because the campaign was so fucking earth-shattering that it gave me orgasms, but the multiplayer is still some of my favorite multiplayer ever. Oh, what else? Ocarina of Time. I kind of share Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask as like one spot. Well, it's because it was worth more money than Ocarina of Time at the time. Yeah, I had a gold one. It was like I think the trade-in value on it was like $50. No brainer.
Yeah, that's
No brainer. She's just salty because I didn't keep every last piece of Nintendo paraphernalia.
No, I'm just salty that you sold the Zelda game. That's what it's like. You just don't do it.
Oh.
I'll be able to find it again if I really want to.
You don't have to, I have it.
Well then why are you fucking getting at me?
Myself, I have an N64 myself.
Get off my back,
trick.
holy shit.
I'm just saying, you fucked up.
But if I had like another one,
shit.
fuck. I mean the one that fills in the last spot, it's a bit of a hit and miss. I mean Mario 64 was really good, obviously. I mean, it would probably be Mario 64, I guess. Honestly, when I bought the N64, the games I had, most of them were... I didn't have a lot of single-player ones. I had a lot of multiplayer ones, because that's where I got most of my multiplayer action on, was an N64. So I had like Diddy Kong Racing and Mario Kart and GoldenEye and you know, WCW versus NWO Revenge.
Oh, fuck, yeah.
Stuff like that. Or like I had like Battle Tanks Global Assault. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 was possibly in my top... Well, no, not even possibly. It would be top 5 for me. You know, stuff like that. It was stuff that I could play with other people. Like, I didn't have a lot of games in the N64 that were like a single-player game that I really bought. So, yeah, I would say... If I had to put in another one, I'd probably put in Tony Hawk 2, which is best in the series. It's like a perfect 10. Like it's crazy. But yeah, difficult to pick. What's your what would your top 3 N64 games be?
All right, top 3 N64 games. Number 3. It's tough. It's really tough. I'm gonna go with Super Smash Bros. Number 3.
Okay.
Number 2, GoldenEye.
Okay.
Number 1, Mario 64.
It's good, solid.
Yeah, I mean, I'm biased with Mario 64 because it was the first game that I got for the N64. I got that and Killer Instinct. And
Killer Instinct 64. Oh god. Okay.
Yeah, and I just remember because it was Christmas and I had such a bad Christmas, and my dad punked me and told me there was another gift on the deep freezer for my sister, and told me to go get it, and I was salty because I didn't have my N64, and lo and behold, the N64 was sitting on top of the deep freezer with my name on it, and the 2 games, and I was so happy. I turned on Mario 64 and I sat there and I played that until we had to go to my grandmother's, and then I took the N64 to my grandmother's and I played it all day with my cousin. And it was just like one of those memories where you're just like, it was just one of those nostalgic best Christmases ever. It's like one of those magical Christmases, man. And ever since then, I just loved Mario 64. I mean, I've played the game, I don't know how many times. I've beaten it so many times. I even did a playthrough of it a few years back, got all 120 stars. And yeah, it's just a fucking good game. And I picked 007 because it is the probably it is the best multiplayer experience I've ever had in my life. It was like the very first big multiplayer game where, like, if you had friends, you'd always ask, like, you got 007? Let's go play 007. There was always that one guy in the group that played Odd Job. There's always like, I loved playing on Temple. It's just a good, solid game. Once again, for nostalgic reasons and how much I've played it. And Super Smash Bros. Just because it was like the first real game that I got like super competitive with, that were like, I'd get really heated in playing against friends and shit, like always wanting to win and get better and stuff like that. It's just solid, fun game. Easy top 3 for me.
That's a solid list. You know what I could go for? Figuring out how to make a pickaxe head pattern. I have searched it. I have found it in the search. I could click every fucking button known to man to try and figure out how to make this damn thing.
Bless you.
Make a pick? Thanks.
Well, I have the pattern table. I'm just trying to see how to fucking make the damn thing. Like, this...
Oh,
stencil,
you gotta put...
tool, stencil, part builder.
When you're in the table, when you're on the table, you can click on the one that you want to make, and it'll show you exactly how you have to do it. You have to do it right on the table.
Stencil table.
And you'll see each weapon or item that you want. When you click on it, it'll show you the pattern that you need to have. Now, another thing that you'll need to take note of is you can decide if you want to make it a cobblestone one, an iron one.
Yeah, there's lots of different...
Yeah. I go with cobblestone because it's really easy to repair, because you always get cobble. You know, it breaks down a little quicker, but it's not like you're burning through a bunch of iron or gold or whatever.
Hold on. I need to go... I think I have another pattern somewhere. Maybe I don't.
Oh yeah, Perfect Dark. That's right, Kamikaze. I used to play a lot of that. Played quite a bit with Adam, actually.
Yeah, Perfect Dark was really good. Like, technically speaking, Perfect Dark is a superior game to GoldenEye in every conceivable way, but...
Oh, for sure.
Still enjoy GoldenEye more.
Yeah. Well, it was like they literally copied off GoldenEye. It was a carbon copy, just a different IP. That's it. It was GoldenEye, except better. They like took the game and added to it. All right then. Top three PlayStation 1 games.
Man, most of my PlayStation 1 games were Japanese RPGs.
Name them.
Let me think. I'm gonna throw in an obscure one just for shits, just to fuck with people. And then I'll put in, I'll put in a couple of like the just obvious ones. So, obvious ones, and this is in no particular order. The obvious one
I want an order, bro. I want an order. I want a top 3.
I don't think I've ever actually locked down a top 3 of anything in like a locked in solid order, because I like them for different reasons and they're different games. It's like hard to, but if I had to put an order to it, then
yeah, I'm forced. I got a gun to your head right now.
Legend.
Give me the order.
Okay, number 1. I'll go backwards. I'll go backwards. So in the 3 spot.
Yeah.
Excuse me. In the 3 spot. Oh, let's see. First, I have to come up with. I have 2. All right, in the 3 spot, I'm gonna say Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9 combined because it's all the same fucking thing to me. So that's I'm just gonna.
You're cheating, man.
I'm gonna do that. I can tell you which order
Cheating
7, 8,
real
9. I can tell you which order I like 7, 8, 9 in, but they're
right,
all
give me
the same
order,
thing.
then. Give me the order.
Okay, Final Fantasy 8.
Give me the order.
Final Fantasy 8, Final Fantasy 7, Final Fantasy. Well, 8 is definitely number 1, and then 7 and 9 swap depending on the day. So 8 is my favorite of the 3. 7 and 9 go back and forth depending on what I'm kind of day I'm having. The number 2 spot on the PlayStation 1 could very well be Director's Cut Resident Evil.
Mm-hmm.
And then number 1 for me would be Legend of Dragoon. And the obscure game, since I wasn't allowed to just like talk in hypotheticals, that would probably be in a number 4, and some people might have to look up, is Azure Dreams.
What is it called?
Azure, as in A-Z-U-R-E, Azure Dreams. And it will be unlike any other game you've ever played in your life, and if you have the opportunity to pick it up and play it, I urge you to give it a shot.
Number 1?
No, like number 4 spot. It's top 5.
Oh, okay.
Number 1's Legend of Dragoon.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, Legend of Dragoon, yeah. I was gonna say Legend of Dragoon. Alright. For me, number 3, I'm probably gonna go Resident Evil. Just because such an awesome game back then.
Okay, like the original?
The director's cut.
Okay, alright, yep.
Yeah, director's cut's really good. I should have said Resident Evil 2 for N64 because that was really, really good. So yeah, I'd go with Resident Evil director's cut like you. Number 2, I really want to give it to Legend of Dragoon because that game is really fucking good. I'm just trying to think. Obviously, my number 1 is Final Fantasy 7. Period. That's just very easy for me.
Okay.
I'm just trying to think of a better number 2. Oh, man. It's gonna really bug me, man. You know what? Resident Evil, I'm gonna get rid of Resident Evil 1 and put Resident Evil 2 because it was on the PlayStation. So I'm gonna go Resident Evil 2. Oh man, Chrono Cross is so good too. Oh shit, I almost died. Yeah, I'm gonna go Resident Evil 2.
Okay.
For number 3.
Okay.
Number 2, I really want to. I'm gonna cheat like you. So I'm gonna put Final Fantasy 8 for my second favorite game. But I'm gonna give the favorite to Final Fantasy 7. So if you want to combine all of them, I would go Final Fantasy 8, and then Final Fantasy 7. And I had never beaten Final Fantasy 9, so I can't comment on that. I've played it, but I just never beaten it.
Yeah, like I've played a lot of PlayStation 1 games, but like they were all kind of whatever for me. The ones that always like I end up remembering are the Japanese RPGs. Like,
yeah. So
PlayStation 1 for me also because I never owned it personally. Like you owned one that was modded out like crazy.
Yeah, I'll go with for my third Final Fantasy game. I'll put Final Fantasy Tactics. Really love that game.
Okay.
A lot of fun. I'm stuck though. I really liked Parasite Eve, but I don't think I can put it in number 2 spot.
I mean, there are games that I really like that I don't think I could irk them into the top 3, like Galarians and Parasite Eve and Dino Crisis.
Yeah. But I think I'm gonna give my number 2 to Metal Gear Solid.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna give it to Metal Gear. I just really, really like that game. Was a big Metal Gear fan until like PlayStation 3 came out, and then I just kind of stopped caring about it.
Yeah, Metal Gear was never a thing for me. Like, ever.
Definitely for my favorite, top 3. Okay, we may as well go into top 3 PS2 games.
Okay.
And I'm immediately gonna put Metal Gear Solid Snake at number 3. Love that game. Beat it like 3 times. It's funny because I never really played like a shit ton of PlayStation 2 games. Like, if at number 2, I'd probably put Final Fantasy X.
Okay.
And believe it or not, Adam, I'm gonna. Actually, I can't. Fuck, this hurts. All right, I'm gonna go number 1. I'm gonna go Final Fantasy X.
Number
and
1.
Number 2.
Okay.
Number 2, I'm gonna go and put the game that you introduced me to, Shadows of a Colossus. Shadow of the Colossus.
Okay. All right.
That
Good
game,
choice.
That and it's saying something that I can put it up there because I played it so late and it's still so good. And there's actual rumors that there's a script around Hollywood for a movie, Shadow of the Colossus.
Really?
Yeah. Because they see the success of like Pacific Rim and Godzilla and stuff like that. They think that the kaiju thing is really working. So.
Huh. I mean, I don't know how I feel about that, because in order for me to really like Shadow of the Colossus,
I think it really
the movie would have to have almost as little dialogue as the game for me to enjoy it.
Oh, it definitely would.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. They're taking a lot of like Japanese. What the fuck is going on here, man? This place is a fucking shitstorm, dude. I did a playthrough. It's on my YouTube channel.
In fact, we sat there for like 14 hours straight.
Yeah. Beat it in one sitting.
And played it, and then at one point we almost died laughing about taking her for a rip there, bud. Like, legit almost collapsed.
Oh my god. Oh yeah.
I
think we were just
became
overtired too.
Oh, dude, I became one with the fucking, like, couch.
Yeah, it's on my YouTube channel. Go watch it, man. It's a fun playthrough. Adam's there with.
Oh yeah, that's a great playthrough. Definitely go watch that shit.
So yeah, those are my 3, and like, believe it or not, like, there's really not that much for me personally on the PS2 that really wowed me.
Yeah,
PS2. There's a lot of good games, but nothing that was like. I can honestly say, out of all my favorite games, if I had to do a top 10 list of my favorite games ever, there wouldn't be a single title on the PS2. Wouldn't be a single one. And I'm not saying it's a bad system, because it was a good system. I find PS2 really shined in sports and not so much in other games. Of course, they had the Japanese RPGs, which were always great, but...
Yeah, I mean, shit. I was on the PS2. Again, I never owned one, so my experiences were limited. I mean, again, also Japanese RPGs, so, you know, but I didn't like Final Fantasy X all that much. Like, it was okay. I didn't get my rocks off or anything on it, but
I really liked it, yeah.
So for me, PlayStation 2 comes down to, like, Persona 4 is number 1. It's not even a question. In fact, the gap between 1 and everything else on PS2 that I've played is so deep, you're not even going to keep it up. Shadow of the Colossus would be number 2. And then the number 3 spot could be any number of random Japanese RPGs that I played on that thing. Unless I'm just magically forgetting something, which I probably am. I bet you number 3 and 2 could be swapped around if I played Eco, but I never got a chance to play Eco.
Alright. So let's move on to Nintendo GameCube. Top 3. There's some good games on the GameCube.
On the GameCube. That I did own, but I didn't even buy that much for it. Because there wasn't that much on there that I was like super interested in. Wind Waker, even though I never beat it. Wind Waker would be there. Smash Bros. Melee. Oh god. Oh. Damn. Damn. Maybe... Huh. I didn't play a lot on the GameCube. Like, I don't know. Like, Luigi's Mansion was kind of neato.
There you go. Yeah, there's a good one.
Like, I never played Pikmin, which would, you know, be the obvious choice for a lot of people.
Yeah, I'm gonna go number 3. Number 3, I'm gonna go Luigi's Mansion.
Okay.
Number 2, I'm gonna go Mario Sunshine.
Okay.
And number 1, I'm gonna go Smash Bros. Definitely Smash Bros. Hands down, easy pick. If I had to do a top, because I played a lot of games, but if I had to throw it an honorable mention, and some people may go, "Whoa, I didn't see that coming." Resident Evil 4. I actually really liked Resident Evil 4. It was the first time they did sort of the like the third person type thing that they're doing now, but they're fucking horrible at it. It was actually a scary game. I used to come. I was in high school. I used to come home and play some Resident Evil and make out with my girlfriends. So it was great.
Living the dream.
Living the dream.
It's a shovel. Mass fishing on the PlayStation 1. Oh yeah, you had that little controller thing. Right. Oh god, you were hooked on that. Oh boy. Oh boy. So I guess I could make a hammer. Right? Maybe not.
Man, I'm finding mad diamonds. Let's go. We almost got the goal here, guys.
Do you need more for a hammer?
Might actually
let me
be
see.
there now.
We are learning tinker tools at the speed of snail. Hammer. Need a hammer head.
727.
Large plates. Oh, this is like way beyond
790.
probably what I should be bothering with right now. I should probably just be sticking with the basic shit. The basic bit shit. When's top Super Nintendo games? Oh boy. Never owned it.
Oh fuck.
Like literally my console life was the Nintendo Entertainment System, Sega Genesis, Nintendo 64, Xbox, GameCube for like a short period of time, 360. PS2 got bought specifically for Persona 4 and Shadow of the Colossus, but that was like, you know, well after PS2 was gone. I bought a PS2 Slim, and now here we are. I wasn't swimming in fucking money to be buying every fucking console that came out on the market.
But you bought that damn Xbox One for $850.
Yeah, saved up for that, baby. I got a lot of use out of that Xbox, though, so I can't hate. I got a lot of use out of it.
Price, dude.
Yeah.
I remember, dude, we got off the school bus.
Yep.
Beeline it to your house. Your fucking Xbox was in that big bag upstairs on the fucking floor.
Yep.
Your mom went out and got that shit for you, and we went right downstairs. Project Gotham Racing. Crushed it.
It was... well, no, because the launch titles available that you could do in the package were Halo. Here, anyway. Yeah, Halo, Dead or Alive, and Project Gotham Racing. And what was the craziest thing about this, though, was Halo was the game that I had gotten. Halo and Dead or Alive. I ended up taking Halo back, swapping it for Project Gotham or some shit, and then later on bought Halo. I had no idea what Halo was, and then after that, Halo took over, and I played so much Halo it was stupid. Ooh.
Yeah, I don't even know if I can pick top S or SNES games. It'd be really tough to do. I think if I do a top SNES, I'd have to do a top 5. There's no way I can do it and I can't put it in order. I mean, the only game that I could for sure put at the very top would be Super Mario World. That's it.
For me, because Brian owned it, I played stuff at Brian's place. Super Mario World, I think, has to be on the list for most people. Killer Instinct.
Damn, you're gonna put that on top? In a top 5? For Super Nintendo?
For what I played.
Shit. You didn't play much of it?
I never owned it, so it was whatever other people had.
Oh, you have a fucking shit childhood, bro. What the fuck? It's
oh,
like one of the best systems of all
fucking
time.
Come on. It was also the most expensive of all fucking time, next to, like, the Atari Jaguar.
Holy
Every
fuck.
game for the Super Nintendo was like, and then that was in the 90s, was like $90. Like fucking,
God damn.
fucking huge, and the console itself was like huge money. So like Super Mario World, Killer Instinct would be up there. Mario Kart on the Super Nintendo was really fun. Final Fantasy VI.
Bro, I thought you were a gamer.
Oh, fuck yourself. I have dedicated more hours to my life than I needed to.
I'm fucking with you.
Yeah. Man, what else?
The Super Nintendo is probably the best console ever created. Ever.
Ooh.
Ever.
I almost...
Yo, you can't say shit. You never fucking owned it. Can't even comment on it. Dude, I could...
Well, that's kind
Oh
of
my
silly.
God.
I mean, history is kind of
so many.
available to read up on. It's not really that difficult to know. I know that there's a shitload of games on the damn thing. Doesn't mean that just because I haven't played them all doesn't mean I can't have commentary on the validity of it being the greatest console of all time. I think the PlayStation 2 might be better than this than the SNES. I even think the N60. I even think the N64 trumps SNES.
Oh, fuck me! Fuck me hard! Oh my God! You went there! Oh, fucking PlayStation 2? You didn't even say the PS1?
No, PlayStation 2. PlayStation 2 outpaces PS1 by miles.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh boys, now I'm questioning you as a gamer. Oh my God.
Right now.
PlayStation 2. Holy Jesus Christ.
I'm just going on
Super Nintendo.
I'm just going on the complete library of games and the amount sold.
The complete life. Super Mario World, Donkey Kong Country,
Okay.
Yoshi's Island,
Okay.
Super Mario Bros,
Okay.
Super Mario Kart,
Sure.
The Legend of Zelda, Link to the Past,
Okay.
Chrono Trigger,
Sure.
Mega Man,
Okay.
Earthbound,
Yes.
Super Mario RPG,
You're listing
Secret of Mana,
lots-
Donkey Kong Country 2, Contra 3, Super Mario Bros 2, Super Mario Bros 3, The Legend of Zelda. I can
Super
keep
Mario
going.
Bros 3 on like the
I can keep
combo
going.
cartridge. You're gonna pull a NES game out.
You gotta get the All-Stars, bro. You gotta get the All-Stars. Turtles in Time? I mean, I could... Oh my god, dude. The amount... Zombies Ate My Neighbors? Oh. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. The Mortal Kombats? I mean... Oh. Whoa. Whoa. Come on. Battletoads. Yeah, Battletoads was regular Nintendo, wasn't it? Did they have a port for the or a version for the
Pretty sure.
Super
Yeah.
Nintendo?
Yeah.
I thought they had like the Battletoads and was it Double Dragon and Battletoads?
Oh, dude, the Power Rangers game was awesome. Good time.
Wow.
I played a lot of the Power Rangers game.
Damn, the PS2. He said, "All right, man. Everybody's got their
I mean,
taste."
let's put this into perspective. Again, it's a console that I never owned or played that many games on. I'm just saying.
That's why I said you can't comment. That's why I said.
No, I'm talking about the PS2 as well. That's what I'm saying is because if we're gonna go best console of all time based on consoles you've owned, first of all, it's a really fucking retarded metric. But then I'd have to like.
Well, I've pretty much owned all of them. So I've played pretty much every single console there is. I didn't own the Sega CD. I've even owned the Saturn and the Dreamcast. But I mean, Super Nintendo. I beg to differ. I actually cannot. For me, it would be if there is one system that could compete against the Super Nintendo. For me, it would probably. I can't even. I don't even think I compare anything.
Like here's why I say PS2. So PS2, yeah, Super Nintendo had a massive library of extraordinary games. Sure.
Oh yeah,
dude, no question. So the N64,
and pretty much every game that I just said is all playable today. Like,
sure,
they hold.
Well, that's because it was the last series of games that came up before 3D was a thing, and early 3D is shit. So it's like, by and large, right? Like in terms of them holding up over time. It's a much more difficult thing when we changed paradigms in the fucking video game world. That's like comparing it to the dawn of 8-bit, where there was shovelware fucking everywhere for the longest time, and it almost the whole industry almost collapsed.
It's nothing to do with graphics. Those games are incredible.
But what I'm saying is mechanically, when they first came out with 3D games, mechanically they were fucking brutal. 99% of them were awful. Because it was a brand new thing that nobody knew how to do, and then like Nintendo was like, hey bro, Z targeting and fucking camera snapping and shit like that. Like, cool. Then all of a sudden people started making like adventure games that didn't blow dick. But like for the longest time, like, and also in terms of graphics, I actually would beg to differ. There's an easier time of the renaissance of gaming in the 16-bit world. I mean, think of the games that are super popular right now that are indie that are coming up. A lot of them are 16-bit based. I mean, shit.
Fucking. That's because the demographic of people that are buying them are people our age.
Yeah, but it
games.
holds up better than if you were like, I'm gonna make this fucking Virtual Fighter remake. I'm gonna make a fucking like make the news like a Zelda throwback using Virtua Fighter fucking polygonal graphics. Yeah, that'll fucking be dope because the people who were playing Virtua Fighter are coming of age now looking for it. Fuck no! This is terrible. There's a reason why it hurts to look at Final Fantasy VII, but then Final Fantasy IX is not so painful. It's because it's fucking ass. It looks terrible. It doesn't hold up. But 8-bit, even 8-bit and 16-bit games hold up way better over time. It's like it's the art style.
Fantasy, but we're talking about great games. I'm not talking about graphics. Like I'm just literally talking about the game itself.
No,
Fantasy VII is an amazing game, and it's playable even today.
But yes, I understand it's playable. It's certainly Final Fantasy VII is one of the more painful ones to play through if you didn't play it as a child. Right? There are lots of games that people will say, you know, if you go back in time and play them now, right? If they've never played it before, there are a certain section of old games that will truly hold up so that a lot of people that have never played it before and are younger that play them will still say, yes, this is a good game. And there are many games that people would put in that category that in reality don't belong there because they are very good games that hold up today to a degree, but more because you can also apply your childhood experience. It's like, for example, a lot of people, would consider Ocarina of Time to be one of the greatest games ever made, and some people would call it the greatest game ever made. You tried to play it, and you wanted to stick forks in your eyes and cut your dick off.
Because of the backseat gaming that is in that game.
But even without that, you've always said that you didn't like the game. You just didn't think it was that good.
I just don't like the IP. I just don't like Zelda.
Exactly.
I just don't like it. I just don't like Zelda. So and it's funny, is now that I say that, is when I play the version for the Super Nintendo, I absolutely loved. I play that game over and over and over again. I beat that game over and over and over again because it was fun. It was classic. It was fun. So
by your standards, right?
Well, it is ranked number 4 greatest SNES game of all time. So it's not just my standards.
Well, I'm not saying that. I'm not trying to say that. You're getting so aggro. I'm not even saying that. Holy fuck.
Well, you said to my standards. So
Yes, but what I'm saying is, you know, there's a lot of subjectivity to saying holds up well today. Somebody could say that Ocarina of Time holds up super well today. Loads of people would say that's false if you didn't already play it as a child.
Yeah, I find it does. I find it holds up really well.
Well, it does. It absolutely does.
It looks fantastic.
But then then you get into some other games like. Oh, let's say... what's a good example for this? I mean, Final Fantasy VII is a great example of a game that just does not... I can't see... I don't understand how anybody could say it holds up. Because it just doesn't. It just doesn't hold up. It's slow-paced, plodding, mildly broken in spots, and ugly as sin outside of the CGI cutscenes. Oh, I'm being raided by somebody. Well, bless your heart. We're not even playing Minecraft. We're just talking about shit.
We're talking about why PS2 is better than Super Nintendo.
Well, I'm saying I was asked what I thought the best console of all time was, and I'm saying it's the PlayStation 2. Jeff's saying it's the Super Nintendo. Super Nintendo is fucking incredible. But the reasoning for me to say PS2 is not only because the library of games is equally as vast as the Super Nintendo, but in different genres because those two consoles covered very different genres as their mainstays. But it also was fully backwards compatible with the entire PlayStation 1 library. So if I'm trapped on like a desert island with only one console to my name, just for the sheer fucking value and the library,
PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 together, I could actually combine them both.
Yeah.
And have them fuck each other and create PlayStation Fuckboy.
Okay.
And that PlayStation Fuckboy still does not even remotely come close to the Super Nintendo.
Okay.
I don't give a fuck if I don't give a shit if I could play any N64 game on the PlayStation 2. That system doesn't even fucking come to a fucking. It is so far on the other side of the world. If you told me N64 was the greatest console of all time, I'm like, okay, I get that.
I think N64 is still better than the Super Nintendo.
Okay. I get that. Okay. There you go. Now you're making a little bit more sense. Okay, I get it.
Okay.
I see it. I see it. I don't agree with it, but
Okay.
I see it.
All right.
I can see how I could definitely see how some people could say that that system is the greatest system of all time. But god damn it, anything PlayStation, suck my asshole. We're not talking fucking Nintendo. We're talking about the fucking golden boy of console gaming. We're talking about the motherfucking shit. You know why they fail these days? Is because they don't make games like they used to. And if they were still making games like they used to, they tried to copy off the style and everything else, all these other fucking great consoles that came out after, the Nintendo era, they would still be kicking shit. But nope, I cannot even. The PS2 is actually probably in my, I would probably put the PS2 at like number 4 or 5 in terms of system.
Fuck.
That's where I'm at.
That is a deep-seated hatred.
I would seriously go, and I've played a lot of PS2.
Like that is a.
I would seriously go Super Nintendo by far.
Okay.
Then I would go regular Nintendo.
Okay.
Then I would go N64. And if somebody wanted to switch up them two, I'd be like, all right, no problem.
Okay.
Then I would go Sega Genesis.
Okay.
Then I would go PlayStation 1. And then somewhere down the line, we'd see a PS2. That's where, because I think the PlayStation 1 is a better system than the PS2 any day.
Okay.
I think the PS1 shits on it, not only in terms of the games that came out for it, but the system, its time. You know, it made such a huge leap in gaming at the time, and the PS2, yeah, it made a leap graphically, but I mean, it wasn't anything to get it fucking crazy excited about. I mean, I got more excited about the PS3 than I did the PS2. Like the PS2 is, I think probably the worst of the PlayStations out of all of them, including the PS4. That's actually
right.
what I think about the PS2.
That's fair. You're allowed to have that opinion. Absolutely.
I have the. It's a strong opinion, as you can tell. It's
a scary opinion.
Strong.
But
it's pretty scary. I mean, it'd be okay. PS2. Okay, PS2 is better than the PS4. All right, I'll give you that. PS2 is better than the PS4. It's getting a little too carried away, but it's absolutely not. I can't put it in front of the PS1. And I can't even put it in front of the PS3. I think PS3 is actually not a bad system. But yeah, I'll put the PS2 in front of the PS4. I won't be that guy. I'm not going to try and make a point that bad, but yeah.
That'd be aggressive as fuck.
The PS2 is definitely not better than any console that Nintendo put out prior to the Wii. It's definitely better than the Wii, for sure. But it can't beat Super Nintendo. I mean, Jesus Christ. The games on the Super Nintendo, I mean, just playing Donkey Kong Country, playing fucking Mario Kart, the original Mario Kart, Super Mario World, I mean, All-Stars, I could go on and on and on. Mega Man X, oh Jesus. Yeah, I put the PS3 over the PS4. But the PS4 is still...
I wouldn't put the PS3 over the PS4, even close.
The PS4 is relatively new, right? The PS4 hasn't had that many classics. I've played some good games on the PS4, but in terms of, and it's kind of hard to compare the PS2 or the PS3 to the PS4, because with the PS4 there hasn't been as many games out yet. I think once the PS4 gets more IPs, it's definitely a superior in terms of power and in terms of, graphical abilities and shit like that. It's just a better all-around system, but I'm going by what games are out and stuff like that. I think, the PS3 still has a top, but I don't think it's going to take much to surpass it with the way the PS4 is going, especially if you have Naughty Dog making games for you. I mean, it's pretty, become pretty easy. But right now, I'd definitely put the PS3 in front of the PS4, just barely. It's getting there.
I think,
but I would definitely put the PS2 in front of the PS4. Definitely.
I think a lot of some people when there's a lot of people discussing this in chat. I'll be honest, I haven't seen too much of the chat while I'm talking and just trying to learn Tinker Tools at the same time, and I'm mildly retarded, so it's taking me some time. But yeah, for me, I think there's an important distinction to be made between best console of all time versus most influential console. Like, I see people rating like the
You think PS2 is more influential
no
than
no
the
no no
PS1?
no 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 I'm not even talking about that right now. Like, I'm just talking
okay.
generally speaking. So like, it's kind of like when people say greatest game of all time, right? And people will start listing, just for example, like Ocarina of Time, and then people will ask, well, why is it the greatest game of all time? And they'll say, well, it holds up well today, or it basically popularized most of what spawned the basis for 3D gaming today. And so now you're talking less about the game as a game and more about it as influential status. And the argument for that would be,
many people think. I only think hipster douchebags think that.
No,
way,
no,
honestly.
but there's more. So I'm going to come to the end of a point here. So then if that's the case, then you have to say, well, then fuck it. I mean, now you're talking like Pong is the greatest game of all time.
Yeah.
Because without Pong.
Thank you.
Right?
Yeah.
So
none of it matters.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like there would be people who would say not necessarily because of their attachment, but just because of its influence in gaming, that the Nintendo Entertainment System is the greatest console of all time because it saved the video game industry. Right? Yeah. Everybody was failing. Atari was failing. Fucking all of the shit that cost like $6 million. Every game was like a remortgage on your house, and they were all vaporware bullshit, just trash games. Like, just none of it worked, and the industry was dying and dead for the most part. And then the Nintendo came out of making like trading cards and said, "Fuck it, let's go." And made the Nintendo Entertainment System, and it saved. So if you were going to say that in terms of influence, then perhaps yes, the Nintendo Entertainment System is the best of all time. I don't think you could, for most metrics, I don't think you could put the NES at the top. But yeah, there's a difference. There's
titles as well. Are we talking titles? Because
well, yeah,
I mean,
like I'm saying, you have to like holistically.
I think it's got the biggest titles of all time.
Well, it's because that's less about necessarily the games and more about the fact that it was the genesis for the modern day gaming as it is, right? So it's like, so if that's it, then yes, then a Nintendo, if those are the metrics you're going to use, then yeah, the NES is like, that's the show, because it was also the thing that was around when it was the only thing around, and it created all of these classics that still exist today.
All right. I get your point. I really do. I really do. But I feel as though you're making that too much of a crutch to prove an argument.
Well, I'm not even trying to prove it. This doesn't even have anything to do with PS2.
Just because sort of right place, right time, there's a reason why that system saved it. Is because it was a great system.
Oh no, I agree. No, I know.
I mean, if it was like the Sega, if it was like Atari and all these other fuckboy systems. Although Sega's great.
What is your fucking word of the day?
You're kind of saying it for us. Like, yeah, it was the holy grail. It is console gaming. It is what spawned many more consoles afterwards. And it was because it was great, and the other systems around it, not so much. And it's just such a good system. It's just such a fucking good system. I have a hard time putting any system in front of it. And I would love to have.
What, the NES or the SNES?
The Super Nintendo.
Oh, okay.
The Super Nintendo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I got confused because we were talking about the NES. I didn't know if you would switch back over to the SNES at some point.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
The Super Nintendo.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's just. I don't see how you could put anything. I could definitely say you put things in front of the regular Nintendo for sure.
Okay.
But I mean, the Super Nintendo, I just feel as though not even on a nostalgic thing, because I don't even get the majority of my nostalgia from Super Nintendo. I was pretty young when I played a lot of Super Nintendo. I shouldn't say I didn't appreciate it until I got older, but I really, really appreciated it when I was, getting into my early teens, and even in my adult life now. Like, I just love the Super Nintendo. It's so great. Looking back at the titles, man, we were spoiled. We don't get that anymore. We just don't. We just don't. And I talked about this on the stream the other day, is there was something magical about the Super Nintendo. It was the games that you got. There was just something incredible about it. And we don't have that anymore. We just don't. Like, yeah, we have good games that come out. Yeah, like you said, there's indie games that come out, and we have those moments of nostalgia. We get really excited because, some publishers are going back to the roots of gaming, and it's great. And it's how I feel gaming should be. But of course, the industry's changed. And in some ways, the industry's gotten better. In other ways, it's definitely lacking. It's completely turned into an online thing, which is cool as well. But we don't really have those interactions anymore where you could go over a friend's house and pop in a game, whether it would be for the PS1 or for the Super Nintendo. It was an event. Going to the store and getting a game was an event. Sitting down and playing it was an event. Now it's like, hey, I'm just going to download it. It's like, let's grab it on Steam. Let's go to g2a.com, use that promo code BOAST for 3% off. There's no more effort into it. It's lost all of its magic. And I think the Super Nintendo was the prime. It was the thing that created it all. Like, I shouldn't say created it all, but it really brought the magic. It was one of those systems where it's like they could do no wrong. There was very few games on the Super Nintendo that were bad. Like, that were just like, and that were, big titles. We get big titles all the time now. We got big titles all the time in PS2. Was there really a PlayStation 2 game? I'm sure there was, but to the extent of the N60, or not the N64, the Super Nintendo, or even the N64, where we got really fucking excited, where we had like butterflies, where like, I cannot fucking wait, where we go and buy the game guide, and we'd fucking sit there and we'd read the back of the book, and we'd fucking...
For what, PS2?
For PS2.
Well, like I already said, just with the SNES, the PS2, what I played on it, I don't know, I can't... PS2 was Xbox era, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I own the Xbox, I didn't own the PS2. And if that's what you're asking me, then abso-fucking-lutely. There was a number of games that I was chomping at the fucking bit to get everything I had my hands on. Fucking loads. Halo 2, Project Gotham Racing. Every time another game came out, I just about shit myself.
Yeah, but those fucking games. I mean Halo.
Jet
Halo
Set Radio
became a classic.
Future.
Like, yes, but Adam, you're talking about like good games, right?
What are we talking about? Like, shit games?
No. I'm talking about magical games, like games that fucking like that. Maybe I'm just talking to the wrong person. I'm talking to a guy that didn't own fucking the half, 3/4 of the great systems that are ever. So I think I'm having a conversation with the wrong guy. I think you're more of a gamer that got in, in the later generation. You didn't have those systems. So maybe I'm having this conversation with the wrong person. Yes, Jet Set Radio Future was great, but did we get excited? Like, yeah, we got excited about it, but it wasn't like, another Mario's coming out. You had Mario 1, Mario 2, Mario 3. Mario 3 is a fucking god tier game. And then you have a game coming out, Super Mario World for the Super Nintendo. But didn't
you just say that on Super Nintendo you weren't really hard into gaming and you were so young that it wasn't really like... Didn't you just say that not even 10 minutes ago?
Say what?
So what are you talking about? That you were so young that there wasn't a lot of games that you like...
When it comes to the big nostalgia feels, I have them for Super Nintendo, but they're not all about that. I was kind of trying to prove a point. Like, I'm not pure nostalgia for the Super Nintendo. It's more than just nostalgia. It's the type of games. It's the era of the games and the way that we thought about games then. It's not the same. You said it yourself. I mean, you named Halo, but you didn't give a fuck about it. You took it back. You didn't give a shit about Halo. It just turned out to be a good game. I'm talking about games where you gave a shit and you were like, I can't fucking wait to get this goddamn game, and when I get it, it's all over but the crying. Those games just didn't really exist. They still don't to this day. Like, do people really get super excited?
Yeah.
Do people really get super excited about another Call of Duty to the point where they're like, I can't fucking...
Yes!
It's the greatest...
Your answer is yes!
Ever. Well, that's fucking retarded. That's actually
If it wasn't yes, there wouldn't it wouldn't be the top-selling game of all fucking time. Of course the answer is yes.
Yes, okay, it is yes.
You know what you're okay, you know what you're doing is everybody has their magical fucking era of gaming as a gamer. Everybody has it. And it tends to happen between usually the ages of 7 and 15, somewhere in there. Okay, where you're good enough at games to not suck monkey balls, and you're able to fucking actually remember what the hell you're doing and what you did with those games. Everybody has a magical era in their gaming life, okay? Your magical era was at one time. My magical era was at another time. The next generation behind us is at a slightly, believe it or not, different time in the future. There are very few. I can think of one kid younger than us that I did at summer camp when I worked summer camps. There's one kid, his name is Zeke, whose dad was a gamer himself and a real old school gamer that raised him on NES, Sega Genesis, Super Nintendo, that kind of shit. And that was his height. Of course, he can't sit there and be like, holy shit, the next Super Nintendo game is going to come out in the year 2011. No, but he fucking liked that shit. But most people have a magical era where they're excited. So are there kids that are like, Call of Duty, fuck yeah, yeah.
I get that, of course. I see exactly what you're saying, and I'm not disagreeing with you at all. Of course, there's going to be kids these days are going to get excited about Call of Duty because it's what these kids grew up on. Absolutely. And if they were to play the games that we played back in the day, they'd be like, this is fucking terrible. You know, a lot of them would just say that because they have a certain standard. But I'm just talking about, in general, the quality of games and the system. They don't have that anymore. We just don't. And it's objective. It really is. I'm not even going to say it's subjective because the quality of games, it's very rare that we have lineups like that of the games that I just listed.
Do you not remember the complete, like on the Nintendo Entertainment System, the litany of just shovelware? Do you not remember that?
What are you talking about? Say this again.
Do you not remember the inundation of absolute, like, shit on the Nintendo Entertainment System? And even in the Super Nintendo era? Do you not remember how much, like, off-brand, backwards watered, like, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and thousands of just ass?
Of course.
And then there's, of course, there's really good shit. But it wasn't like there was like back then. It was way better ratio.
I'm not letting you debate that for the Super Nintendo. I'm not, because there's so many fucking huge titles that don't get shitty, that you don't have 15 fucking goddamn Marios on one goddamn system, and they just get worse and worse and worse and worse over time. That's just no. I'm not letting you have that. Yes, there's shit games for every fucking system. Absolutely. Garbage. Pure shit.
Well, Super Nintendo. I'm gonna have it because it's my opinion and you can have yours. Like, that's fine.
Oh. But I can't take your opinion serious when you say that the PS2 is better than the fucking Super Nintendo. I just can't.
I'm using different metrics than you are to gauge why I think it's a better console. You like it because it has a load of games that you consider to be like the pantheon of of great franchises to have ever come around, right? Mm-hmm. And you enjoyed a lot of it going through. I choose PS2 because not only does it also have a phenomenal library of games, but it also is compatible with the entire phenomenal library of PS1 and is one of the greatest and highest selling consoles of all time, and one of the consoles that stayed in production for the longest time. Like, it's an extraordinary console that I'm peg ahead for those reasons. But you're choosing it for different reasons, and that's fine. I have no problem with you choosing the Super Nintendo. I think the Super Nintendo is a god tier system.
Oh, it is. It's the best.
But you're literally about to have a fucking aneurysm over here because I think differently than you.
I get hyped up, man. I'm passionate. I love video games. And when somebody is fucking saying that PlayStation 2 is better than the Super Nintendo because it's cross-compatible and it's got fantastic titles, you had a fucking hard time giving me a top 3 for the damn system.
It's because
That's your favorite.
I didn't play a lot. I didn't play a lot of them. That doesn't mean they don't exist. That'd be a very strange thing to say. Well, no, it can't possibly have good games because you never played them. Therefore, why can you use them as an argument? What the fuck kind of logic is that? What are you trying to say?
I'm trying to say that PlayStation 2 is nowhere near as good as the Super Nintendo. If I took a poll on the entire internet, if I took the whole world,
bro, you're taking your own poll right now and smoking it.
Okay, bud. Yeah, okay, bud. I am definitely obviously biased because of nostalgia and everything else, but there is absolute certainty, without a doubt, that the PlayStation 2 is nowhere near of a system of what the Super Nintendo is. Graphically, yeah, fuck, sure, take it. You're a million years ahead. But Jesus Christ, it's unbelievable. It's not even close. It's not even close.
Now keep in mind,
I get worked up because I'm not angry. Of course not. I'm not angry. I just get like this. But I mean, holy shit, that's just one of the most retarded things I've ever heard come out your mouth. Like, seriously. And you know what? If it's your favorite system, then great.
It's not.
What?
It's not my favorite system.
Well, what's your favorite system?
My favorite system, if I had to choose one, is probably the one that I got the most time out of across the board. Probably the Xbox. If I'm going to choose something that I spent the most time with and enjoyed the games on, personally, doesn't mean it's the greatest console of all time. In fact, it's far from it.
So you just literally told me 2 seconds ago that you don't have to play the games to know that it's a better system than something.
You don't!
But yet, you're gonna tell me that the Xbox, because you've played it the most,
is
my
the
best system.
No! Listen! Take the fucking shit out of your ears, or the hype out of your ears. The fuck are you smoking? I just told you that because you were saying that I said the PS2 is my favorite. I didn't. I said the PS2 I consider to be the greatest console. My favorite console is a totally different thing because it's based on what I enjoyed most. How can you not fucking understand that shit?
All right.
Fuck.
All right.
Jesus. Pieces.
All right.
Do you even understand the words coming out of your own mouth anymore?
I do. And it's PlayStation 2 is nowhere near as good of a system as the Super Nintendo.
That's fair. You're allowed to think that.
I'm allowed to know that. Fuck thinking it. You can go ahead and give me numbers all day. Fuck thinking it. Damn, bro, you got my jimmies all in a bunch.
No, you got your own jimmies in a bunch.
Well, you put me in that position of having my jimmies in a bunch through with the PS2.
Because I didn't deep throat the SNES.
Because you didn't own it. Because you didn't have a childhood, bro. Oh my god, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. It's
no,
crazy.
my parents did not buy me every single.
I get the Xbox.
My parents did not buy me every single fucking console under the sun. So I'm sorry, my childhood was suffering because of it.
GG. Bro, I'm gonna buy you a Super Nintendo, all right?
I don't fucking need one. I have no nostalgia for more than a couple of games. It'd be a waste of fucking money.
You don't need nostalgia. They're all great games. The majority of the big titles are just great games. You're gonna create your own nostalgia. I mean, you're a huge Zelda fan, but you've never played the Super Nintendo Zelda?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay. You like it?
Do I like it? Yeah. Link to the Past, great game. Phenomenal. confuses the fuck out of me at a certain point, but other than that, it's great.
Yeah, it is a little confusing at some points.
You start using that mirror, and I'm just fucking lost. You got so fucking tilted. Holy shit.
Oh, I got tilted hard, bro. You can't throw a PS2, the greatest system of all time. You just can't do that, man. Can't do that to a brother. You just can't.
I should have just said the fucking Xbox and saw you just blow up even worse.
Oh, if you said the original Xbox, we would have fought. We just would have fought. I remember I at our house and we're like, let's do this. Fucking go. It's on like Donkey Kong with the pun. I can see why you say that your favorite though is the Xbox. I get that.
Well, that's just because I spent the most time on it.
You spent a lot of time. I spent a lot of time on the Xbox too. We both did. Played a lot of Morrowind on that Xbox.
Yeah,
Too much Morrowind on that Xbox.
That's actually, that would be a large portion as to why it was my favorite console, because it held my favorite game. Now, if I was a PC gamer, I probably would have had Morrowind anyway. But neither of us had the friggin' money to be thrown down on a fucking gaming PC at that point in our life.
I didn't get my PC until... Fuck. It was pretty late. I mean, you had a computer before I did. Everybody on the street had a computer, I think, before I did, and then my parents finally bought one. And it wasn't even like a good gaming computer. It was still a pretty fucking boot ass computer.
Oh, my first gaming computer I built was just like whatever.
Yeah.
I mean,
well,
I was
your parents
playing.
had one up in the computer room anyway.
Well, yeah, I played StarCraft on my parents' office computer, and it didn't. I mean, you didn't need much to play StarCraft.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Pandine. Yeah, while we were talking, I just didn't have like the capacity to be trying to learn all this shit and talk and listen to Jeff scream at the same time. So I'm gonna look at mods for the pickaxe and stuff. Yeah, good. It's definitely it's fine. Mm-hmm.
You know, those first magical moments that you have with video games, where you really fall in love with video games, for sure. My favorite system is definitely the Super Nintendo, but the PlayStation 1 is right there, and it's just because of Final Fantasy VII. And then, of course, having those memories of Adam and I just crushing games all day, every day. In the summertime, just having all these burnt games and
there
shit.
was one summer that we actually beat like fucking 50 games.
Yeah, it was a lot of games. And so I have like really, really good memories about it. And the majority of my nostalgia really comes from the PS1. When it comes to just an amazing system with just such great titles over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, it's just Super Nintendo. It's just got that magic for me. Just does. But I can see why some people have magic for PS2 or
It's literally when you come into gaming. That's all that it matters. It's not even if the games are all that like spectacular. It's because also keep in mind when you're younger, you'll put up with a lot of shit. Because you're not jaded yet. You haven't blown through 450 fucking games in your lifetime. You've just gotten into it, and you will put up with a lot of crap. And so, like if I went back, if I had never played, for example, I got one of the ones I've already mentioned, let's say Zero Dreams. If I never played that growing up, not a hope in hell I'd play that now. Not a chance.
Yeah, but I totally see your point that you make. I agree with it 150%. But I cannot use that argument for the Super Nintendo because the games truly are incredible. And the Super Nintendo games just really hold. You can play them today and still appreciate them the same way you did when you were a kid. And I can't say the same about the majority of other systems out there.
Well, the beauty of the SNES was that it had a good combination of graphics that were a high enough quality to allow for quite dramatic differences in artistic style. Right? On the NES, you had some differences, but it was way more limited, obviously.
Yeah.
8-bit versus 16-bit is a major leap.
Yeah.
So it had a lot of that, but it was still in 2D, and the mechanics in 2D gaming had many years to be perfected, and they were not overly complicated because they were in 2 dimensions. So, those two things specifically, those 2 points specifically, are why games of that era hold up so spectacular today, and why games that are early on in the life cycle of the birth of 3D are largely crap and do not hold up well at all. But if you go, now that 3D has had as much time as it has, which is what, let's say, so 2000, let's say the year 2000, 1999, somewhere in there, for consoles anyway, right? I move that on to today, is roughly the same amount of time that 2D had between the NES and the Super Nintendo's lifespans to be perfected. If we look back at games that have come out today that are considered god tier of the 3D era, in another 10, 15 years, they will technically hold up very well because they have been given enough time to be that good. For example, the Uncharted series will hold up very well over time. Or, let's say, what's another good example?
Yeah, it's just that
But you know what I mean.
But we're at a stage now where, graphics are just so fucking good that there really isn't like an astronomical amount of space.
On the consoles, there's a lot of room to go yet.
There is, but I mean, it's in terms of the leaps that was made, from Nintendo to Super Nintendo, from Super Nintendo to even GameCube or PlayStation. We're not going to see those kind of leaps for a long time.
Well,
and
no,
I think because it's just it's insane. We're doing virtual reality now. I mean, it's crazy. Yeah, but I agree. I actually think that games like Uncharted are just going to become even more classic as time goes on. I think they're going to be even more appreciated as it gets older and older. I think those are going to be some games to collect down the road, to have for a collection. Same with the Gods of War and stuff like that. I think all those. Jesus fuck. Almost died. But yeah, I mean, it's the leaps aren't there anymore. Like, I mean, even the leaps between PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4, they're big, but they're not like, they're not crazy. We're talking like late PS3, obviously.
Well, the problem that we're hitting now is that,
and also PS4, we still also haven't even done what the PS4 can do.
Well, the problem is now the money put in to try and take a console up and out of because the problem is you can only really charge somebody like $500 max for a console.
Exactly.
So
or it's just not going to sell.
You can only do so much.
Yeah.
Right? And there was a time, where the switch over from 2D to 3D that was still financially viable, but to take a console and then ramp it up to like let's say the equivalent of that today would be making a console truly 4K 60 FPS. Yeah. That would be the next leap.
Yeah, good luck.
That's not going to happen for a long time. And by the time it happens, if consoles are even still around at that point, it won't be the standard anymore. So This is not possible anymore.
I got my diamonds. I'm coming back home finally.
Bro, I've
Through
done
all that-
I've done
all that
3
talking,
things.
I've got 900 diamonds. Let's go.
I've done 3 things while we've been talking. I made like some sapphire tools because I learned how to make them finally. I just slapped a diamond onto my sapphire pickaxe. And I've eaten. And I haven't left the house. It's kind of like real life.
I might drown right here.
You're full, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean the PS2, you know,
save
in
it.
some people's eyes are created.
It'll be fine.
You
I'll
know,
eat it tomorrow.
is the #1 console because of how much it sold. It's the biggest selling console of all time. You know, it's the success of the PS2 is just it's ridiculous. You know, it's absolutely redonk. But I can't.
They literally
still-
only just stopped producing PS2s not that many years
Yeah,
ago.
not long ago. Yeah,
Like,
yeah. People still buy PS2s now.
yeah.
You know, yeah. And it is, you know, going back to your point, it is the one-stop
Thanks,
shop.
Rudy.
You can play both PS1 and PS2 games on
That's
the PlayStation
why it sells
2.
so well. And that's why it was always so
Well, why would
disappointing.
why would you go and buy a PS1? You can just buy a PS2 and then play your PS1 games.
Yeah.
on it.
That's why it's so disappointing when the new consoles didn't have it, and that's why people are so excited that the Xbox One is slowly getting backwards compatibility.
Yeah.
No, they're still going.
No, I agree. I mean, I totally agree with some of your points. You know, for sure. Still doesn't change my opinion on it being a better system than.
Well, I wasn't out to. Okay, I think it was very obvious that there was no convincing you. Somebody could have could have cut your fucking testicles off, and you're never going to convince you that there's a better console than the Super Nintendo. It was quite evident, but I wasn't out to try and convince you of that either. That wasn't. I was just answering your question, and then you got really angry about my answer to your question.
I wasn't angry. I was just getting passionate, bro. There's a difference between anger and passion.
Passion craft.
I get passionate about video games, man.
Passion
I just do,
craft.
especially classics like that, and when I just feel as though like the PlayStation 2 is just, it's such a mediocre system. Like in terms of the quality of games. Like yes, there are great titles on the system, but you know, in general, you know, you made a good points about it being compatible, because I think the great games are on the PS1, not necessarily the PS2. So, absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm gonna make a wild suggestion. We should probably end this part.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna just end this period because Overwatch is.
Overwatch is upon us.
Yeah, it's gonna be out. I'm coming back home, so we'll end it once we.
All right. Well, I'm already
all
home.
the way back.
So today, in this week of LAGCraft, I built 4 things. I put some glass in, and I built 3 tools. Pretty good.
Pretty damn good.
Not really.
But
We talked a lot.
We had some passion. We had some passion.
We talked a lot.
All right. I did a lot of mining. I got 931 diamonds. So I pretty much got back a lot of the diamonds I had to use for my house. Good. We start listing off the mediocre games for the Super Nintendo? There is too many to list off. There is there is a lot of bad games on the Super Nintendo. There's a lot of bad games for every system.
Yeah. Well, I saw that donation, Panda. Thank you very much. I'm just waiting for us to wrap up this part here, and then yeah, I've decided what I'm gonna do for the rest of the night. It's still not that late into the night. Jeff's gonna be switching over into.
Is it out now?
Into something.
Let me check here. Yeah, I'm gonna be playing some Overwatch.
Some Overwatch. I don't know. I haven't decided yet.
Yeah, it is. Everybody's playing that shit right now.
Probably Dank Souls. I should continue that Dank Soul hype. I'll get in on that.
Fucking Overwatch right now. Let's go.
Well, yes, that too. Yes. Yes. Dark Souls 3 will continue this evening on my stream. So if you want to watch me die some.
Best console of all time. I can definitely see you say that. People saying that. There's a lot of great games on the N64.
N64?
I mean, I'm not even a Ocarina of Time fan, and I still would agree that, you know, for what that game has done, it's one of the greatest games of all time. Period. It's just that simple. Even as an Ocarina of Time, not a hater, but someone that gives zero fucks about it, I can straight up say that. There's a lot of great games on the N64. And I mean, I played a lot of the PS2. I just, you know, there's just so many more systems I put up above it.
Donation.
But yes, the cross compatibility is definitely its strongest feature.
Oh yeah.
Especially since, I mean, there's so many. Everybody had so many games for the PS1, and just being able to pop those into your PS2, let's fucking go. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that.
You know what? The 3DS is actually up there too. If you wanted to include handhelds, 3DS has got a deep library of extraordinary games.
Oh, it's huge, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Now that I'm collecting games, dude, I've been watching I'm gonna become an encyclopedia of video game knowledge real soon. Like I am literally nonstop watching.
I want you to buy a Atari Jaguar, and then bronze it.
I have an Atari XE.
And take out another mortgage to pay for it. It was the Jaguar was like, I thought, there's the Jaguar, there was one other one that was like even more expensive than the Jag or something like that, but the Jaguar was like, I don't know, I thought it was like $1,800 or something when it came out. I'm pretty sure there was one that was like close to $3,000.
Wow. And during that time, that's probably like a $10,000
Oh, it's just a stupid amount of money. Like you were basically, it was like, do I want this console with 3 games or do I want a car?
Or a house.
Yeah, or a house. Yeah, or a house. Yeah, exactly.
Do I really need this down payment for this house, or do I want an Atari?
There was a couple. Yeah, like the 5200 Atari was pretty expensive.
Oh, I would definitely have some SNES nights. If Adam wanted to fucking play some Super Nintendo, I got one here. I'm ready to fucking go. There's some great two-player Super Nintendo games.
Gotta get Choaniki.
Choaniki.
We lost that video, I think, in the great YouTube axing. We lost that, I think. Are you and Jeff ever gonna play puzzle-like maps like you used to before? No. I'm sure it might happen at some point, but we have so much to do now. I mean, let's put this into perspective.
Feed the beat, all right?
It's not even that, dude. This is a podcast with Minecraft happening in the background.
Yeah.
So, like, just to put that into perspective, we have played this for a little over 3 hours, and I have built 3 tables, a chest, and 3 tools.
I've collected...
And Jeff is mine.
931 diamonds.
Yes.
And I got 66 levels.
So...
But I also have this house built.
Gonna take us some time to get that. Get that going. Oh, dude, No Man's Sky will be played on my stream. In fact, I bought the collector's edition from I Am 8-Bit. That will be mine. All I want out of that game, so many people are so scared for that game, and I just keep saying, look, bro, all I need out of that game is for me to be able to fly to some places and have them look different, and then name them things awesome, and I'm happy.
No Man's Sky, isn't that space thing where you can go to different planets?
Yes, where like it's all procedurally generated, and it is almost impossible to, it's possible, but almost entirely unlikely that you will ever run into another player character, but if you do, that's like some legendary status shit. Like...
Another player character?
Like another person playing the game, because it's online.
Yeah.
So, but the odds of you ever running into somebody are pretty fucking slim. They're not gonna happen. Unless you...
Why?
What?
Why?
Why?
Can't you run
Because
into
the
somebody?
universe is so big.
So it's basically like that Star game, the fucking...
No, even less likely than Star Citizen. Star Citizen, you'll find people really easy. No, this is way big, okay, so Star Citizen is obviously a much more intricate game, right? But this is the sole purpose of No Man's Sky is in the name itself of the game, right? You are exploring, there is some mining elements to it. There are, like NPC alien races of which you can learn their languages and trade with and stuff and upgrade, you know, I think your ship and things of that nature, but it's a lot of exploring. Wherever you go, whatever creatures have never been discovered or planets have never been discovered, you get to name, and it's permanently that name.
Oh shit, that's cool.
So, you know how many, like, Dick McPenis planets are going to exist in the first 24 hours are going to be pretty high. Yeah, I'm excited for it, not because I think a lot of people are expecting too much out of that game, but I'm pretty hyped for it just conceptually, because it's one of those games where, like, the core of it is something that could be used in games down the road. Right? It's kind of like...
What is the point of it? Is it's just an exploration and that's it?
It's basically like if you took Minecraft and put it in space, but without voxel-based graphics, I guess, if you really want to, because there are NPCs that you can trade with, and then you can upgrade your equipment, and you can mine things, and you go from place to place, and you can name all the things. The animals are different on all the planets. You upgrade your suit, because various environments, you will straight up die if you go to certain planets and things. There's a lot of that stuff. It's more of an exploration and experience game than it is like a raw platformer, for example, or a raw adventure game.
I'm looking at it right now. Is it a first-person game, or is it like...
there's even some space combat, but that looked really shitty, so I'm not really exactly, like, excited for the combat part of it, but it's not really a major part at all. But,
So is it just randomly generate planets?
It's a giant mathematical equation that generates planets, the aliens that are on them, the atmosphere of the planet, the terrain, all random. And you fly from space down to the planets.
Sounds pretty cool.
It's really neat. It's kind of like I'm hoping what happens out of this game is something similar to, like, let's say Mirror's Edge, where you had that hardcore parkour shit that made its way into other games when Mirror's Edge made it a really good feature. I'm hoping that the procedurally generated nature of this game and that exploration factor makes its way into other games going forward as we get more and more powerful equipment to run these types of things, especially with, you know, to quote Microsoft, the power of the cloud.
The game is $66 on Steam.
In before the plug on G2A.
I'm gonna see how much it is on G2A real quick, because it sounds interesting.
But yeah, I got the collector's edition on IM8-bit. Okay, it comes with the...
It's not even available on G2A. There you go.
Yeah, probably not. At least not yet.
No, that looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm pretty
So
excited
can you die?
for that.
Like, can you die in it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I don't know if there's, like, what punishments exist for it. It's honestly, they've been very slow playing all of the ins and outs of the game.
Is the actual full game getting released, or is it like some sort of alpha?
Yep, no, it's full game.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool. Definitely gonna check it out. Sounds cool.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely be hopping in on that bad boy. I want to name the first planet I come across. Anyway, here's Wonderball.
I'm just gonna call it Bo's Planet 1, Bo's Planet 2.
Oh god. Oh god. 3. Oh, it's bad.
Oh, it's bad, but
it's bad.
No, people will know I've been there.
Are you up here yet? I think you are. Like, I'm seeing you.
I'm in my house, just
okay.
dropping off all my shit.
Oh, okay.
Just had to drop my levels off. I'm looking good. I got all my diamonds.
I'll take that. That there. I need to get some more diamonds to slap onto my new tools. It's kind of cool that you can take like sapphire and make a tool and then put 1 diamond into it and so drastically increases durability. Like that's
Yep.
sick value.
Yep. Just 1 diamond, that's all it takes.
Yeah, you can get the No Man's Sky soundtrack on vinyl. In fact, I think I already bought that. I'm not sure. Remind myself. That's something else that I'm
hopefully the game isn't like
collecting.
just dull as fuck. Like hopefully you're just not like it's just
it will
person
guarantee bore the fuck out of you. I can guarantee it. Inside, you buy that game, Jeff. You're gonna be bored inside the first 6 hours. 200%.
Yeah, 'cause it feels like it'd be really repetitive. It's like you're just going to see what kind of computer-generated world you can go to.
Yeah.
And we don't even know how big the world would be. You know, it's like
Well, the planets are quite big and they can be dangerous and but the thing is the number of planets. Like you go through one planet, you're like, all right, I'm done. You go find another planet. It doesn't take very long. Like I think they put out a general number of how many planets are possible, or not even that, the number of stars that it can house planets, and it's a big number. Like multiple, like. Was it in the billions or trillions of star systems?
Damn.
So, good luck finding other people.
So it's like real space.
Yeah, it is. In fact, I'm pretty sure it was No Man's Sky where they literally like mapped. Was it No Man's Sky or something else? No, I'm thinking of something else. But yeah, there's a lot of planets, dude. Yeah. Buy Elite Dangerous if that bores the fuck out of you. Don't play No Man's Sky. I'm gonna say that's false because. Elite Dangerous, you don't really do, like, half... That's a totally different game! You don't even do half the stuff that you would do in No Man's Sky. It's like a wildly different experience. And space traversal in Elite Dangerous is painful. Holy shit, I bought that game. I was so excited for it, and they've updated it a lot, but they've fucked that game up on launch, something fierce. Oh my lord, the amount of just tedium that they put in that game would make Eve players cringe. Like just Oof. Yeah. Like there was a lot of just needlessly tedious shit that made me want to commit seppuku like over and over again.
Hey.
Seppuku. Hey.
You will bring great dishonor to the space exploration.
Is the number... Oh, the number is 18 sextillion.
Wow.
So...
Good luck exploring all those planets.
If you can wrap your head around the size of that number... And I think those are stars? Is that stars or planets? Because if they're stars, then you have to multiply that by number of planets in each star system. But either way, that's a big number. Doesn't matter anymore. You're talking about sextillion, you're already in a number...
Dude, you could have said 6,000.
Yeah.
And we're like, okay. That's enough.
Yeah, no, that's... Yeah.
Yeah, no wonder it's No Man's Sky.
Oh, I'm actually quite positive that No Man's Sky will be dead on arrival. I think a lot of people are going to be horribly disappointed in it, but I think it's because they're putting expectations on it that it was never supposed to be. I don't need that much of a No Man's Sky to appreciate it, so I'm not too concerned about it.
Oh yeah, well I haven't heard anything about it, so I'm gonna expect the worst, but
yeah,
I'll probably watch you play it and then make a decision. All right, well let's call that a part.
That's
this is
a part.
Gonna be a really long last part.
Yeah,
so
it is.
It's kind of like 2 parts in one.
Oh, it's okay. We have some catching up to do anyway from last week.
That's true.
So.
All right, well there it is, ladies and gentlemen. We had some heated, some passionate debates.
We got so much done today.
And what is not. Let me know in the car. Let us both know in the comments below what your favorite, what your favorite system is
But they've
of all
already done
time.
that. They've already, dude, this far in the video, if they made it through that, they've already been typing up a storm.
Oh shit.
I can guarantee it. Nobody's made it to the end of the video and go, oh yeah, right, I want to type something. No, we've definitely Tumblr triggered a few people into talking on those points. I'm quite sure.
It'll be interesting because I think the majority of people that probably watch our content are probably our age, maybe a little bit younger.
Yeah, it'll
Probably
be
between,
interesting.
like 22 and 30. So it'll be interesting to see if people really resonated with the retro games. I think we both made valid points. I think we both on both sides. Yeah, I'm curious to see what people's favorite systems are, though.
Oh yeah, that'll be definitely intriguing.
And also what the favorite games are for said systems. You know, if your favorite system is PS2,
then don't tell Jeff.
Oh no, you can tell me. I don't care that your favorite system is PS2. What I was getting my panties in a bunch is saying it's a better system. It's just generally a better overall system. You know, that's what got me heated because I'm really passionate about the Super Nintendo. I guess it's kind of like somebody arguing, you know, what's the better TV show, Game of Thrones or Breaking Bad? You know, I guess it's all about maybe the person that is playing them. I don't know.
All right, let's end this part before it goes all full circle. Yeah,
I can fucking keep going.
Yeah, you're gonna keep going. Oh, I know.
Maybe you should have owned a Super Nintendo when you were younger, bro.
Save it for next week.
Maybe you should have owned a Super Nintendo. As I owned a Super Nintendo and a PS2, so I can speak on both.
That doesn't work. In the context,
I'm fucking with you, bro.
Fuck.
I'm fucking with you.
God Almighty.
All right, guys. That's gonna be it. We will see you next week for some more LAGCraft.
Some more passion craft. Peace.